Head Coach Shaka. Mark, Coach, when you open the statement, I'll have a question.
It's great to get back on the court after not playing for a week. It seemed like longer than that because our guys were gone for a few days for Christmas. But it's always a challenging time, for any coach when your guys are away and then they come back, and you just got to work on the mindset part of it. But I thought our guys played really hard coming out of the blocks to start the game, and then again to start the second half. And really those runs were the difference for us. And for the rest of the game, we were kind of up and down. But I also give a lot of credit to Cleveland State. Those two guards, Lee and Lewis, are really, really tough. And those guys are going to score a lot of points this year.
Question?
Speaking of Lewis, Coach, can you talk about the job traded defensively tonight?
Well, all of our guys guarded him at different times. Actually, Bree guarded him the most. And I thought when Bree was on him, he did the best job. But what happened was there was a lot of different matchups for a variety of reasons. Different players found himself on Trey Lewis, and he made us pay a few times. But overall, if you can force a guy into 33% from the field, that's a good thing.
Back when you said kind of go through those up and downs periods, how good for you throughout the game?
Well, it's huge. I mean, he's our best player, and he's a guy that he gives us a level of poise that any team would love to have. He really doesn't get rattled. He's been playing this game a long time. Those are actually the two schools out there that offer him a scholarship, VCU and Cleveland State. That's it. So I'm glad he picked us. I told him that before the game. But I thought he was really good, and to be honest with you, in a game like tonight, he should have got more than 11 shot attempts. I need to do a better job, and the rest of our players need to do a better job of finding him when he starts off hot the way he did.
Their coach told them the same thing before the game, that he wished he was in there.
I bet he did.
Was that game scheduled at all because of that?
No.
Just coincidence?
Just coincidence, yeah.
Did Trey seem to play with, he seemed to do some things tonight with a real sense of urgency. Some of the rebounding and stuff he did, it just seemed like he was...
That was Trey. He was himself. He rebounded the way he has rebounded. I thought offensively he went and got some balls a little bit better. But, he's been rebounding the ball pretty well. He's been shooting the ball well. And I thought he did a nice job. Again, I would like to see him on a night like tonight get more like 15, 16 shot attempts as opposed to 11. But we'll work on that.
How hard was it to control Briante's extra enthusiasm tonight, being that he was a rookie?
I don't think he had extra enthusiasm. I think that's just great. I mean, he has a great deal of enthusiasm every time we take the floor. And the thing that I really enjoy about Bree is he really appreciates the opportunity to play and to play in front of our fans and to do all the things that we do on the floor. I think certain times in your career, it's easy to take those things for granted, and I really don't think Bree does.
Is there a fine line you have to walk with Quorum where to keep him in between playing in control and playing out of control, because he can do so many things?
Yeah, I mean, just don't throw the ball to the other team is a good start, but he's a really talented player. And he's just got to continue to improve in that one area. And I thought last year he did make progress in that as the year went on. But he's a little bit careless with some of his passes, and I think when he makes some of them, he wishes he could have them back. But that's not how it works. So he's just got to be a little more careful. But I thought overall as a team, we took care of the ball really, really well.
he said one of the things he really needs to work on and he's gotten better at is being coachable.
He said he's gotten better at it?
Yeah.
He said he's progressing. He admitted he still has a way to go, but he said he's getting better.
No comment?
It's a work in progress. Yeah, I mean, that's, my job is to coach, and I really believe that with the coaching staff we have and the players we have, if everyone can go out and do their job and everyone else can abide by the agreements that we make about each other's jobs and what they are, then I think we can be really successful. But what happens sometimes in the dynamics of college sports is sometimes those agreements break down.
Are you pretty pleased after 13 games with the amount of playing time and exposure you've been able to give to your 4 freshmen?
I am. They're not. They probably want more playing time and more exposure, but yeah, I mean, those guys have all gotten some quality minutes and some games against really good teams. I don't think they understand how good some of the teams are that they've played big minutes in games against. They don't have much of a frame of reference. But, hopefully those guys can keep getting better. Again, the Christmas break is always a challenge because they go and they're away from you and everyone goes their separate ways, and then you bring them back and you try to kind of reel everybody back in. So that's, takes some time, but I'm excited about working with those guys.
Is it good with a young team maybe to be starting conference play on the road?
I mean, you can look at it either way. I think, you get 9 at home and 9 on the road, so, you never would choose to be away from the Siegel Center, but the way it works in our league is either you start on the road and end at home, or vice versa. So, I'm fine with that. It just means we got to be road warriors, and we've got to follow the plan for going up there and getting the win.
Halfway through the season, that getting it bell curve, are they a little behind, on target, a little ahead? What's your assessment?
Yeah, there is no target. It doesn't really work that way. The most important thing to monitor and assess is their overall growth. And I think there has been growth, but again, it's not always a linear process. Sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Sometimes one guy's making progress, another guy's not. But I would say overall, we have gotten better as a team, as a basketball team on the floor in the last month. About a month ago, we played Old Dominion on the road, and I think we've improved since then, but we've just got to keep getting better.
Next question here.
Thanks.
All right, thanks.